Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be doing a stock analysis on Walmart. Now you might not know what Walmart is, but it's a big box store in the US where it's a shop all, get anything. So you can literally buy anything in Walmart from PCs to groceries to clothes, everything. Now let's take a look at the graphs. As you might notice, there's this death cross right here, which happened on the 27th of February. And since then we have had quite the tumble around $10, which is about 11%. Now, I don't understand exactly why this happened. As we see here, their earnings were better, but I have an idea, which is tariffs, of course, because Walmart gets a lot of their stuff from our country. So if, let's say, a Chinese retailer have to sell their stuff in Walmart, they are not going to have to pay tariffs. So is Canadian, European, and Mexican, and so on and so forth. Which means Walmart are going to have to increase their pricing. So I think that's why it has fallen down. Costco has done exactly the same thing. I have a video on that. You can go check that out. So yeah, it is falling down a bit. Now it is falling down at a not a rapid descent, but it's quite alright. If you take a look at the past year, it has increased a shit ton, almost doubling. At one point, it had doubled in a year, so it is not bad to see it take a notch down. Also, as you can see, it is right above a support line right here. We are $6 above the support line here, which I think it is gonna tank all the way down here to the support line. As you can see also in the pre-market today, it is down almost 1%. So I think it is gonna go down here. If that misses and it goes even further down, we are gonna have about here $60. I don't think it's gonna go all the way down here. I think if it breaks through this, it's gonna be trading in this canal here above 67 and but below 80. But I think over time it is going to increase simply because they are market leader in the US. It is the largest store in revenue by far, so it is a very, very safe haven to be in. Now let's take a look at their market value. As you can see here, it is $702 billion. It is an insanely large company. Now, as you can see in the earnings, they usually do the earnings quite well. As you can see, green earnings all the time, and we also have quite often dividends. Here, you even have dividends in December, then you have again in August, then you have again in May, and then again in March. Now, as you might notice, the dividends aren't that great. As you can see, it's not even a percent, it's 0.235. So yeah, not that great. And as you can see here on TradingView, you can track it. So it is increasing over time. But a reason I actually like Costco over Walmart, I'm going to show you in the dividends just a second, is because Costco, when they make a lot of money, they save up the money and then they pay out special dividends. As you can see here, dividends. And no, this is earnings. We need to go to dividends. And sometimes they pay out large when this is $15 each share. And as you can see here, again, $10 in. So yeah, that's why I personally prefer Costco a bit over Walmart. But of course, that's not what we're focusing on today. Now, their financials are great. As you can see, they rake in a ton of money, earning over 10 billion often on their net income. Of course, their revenue is huge, but given they have so many products as they do, chances are their margins are going to be very bad. They are about around 1.9 to about 3% usually. That is what most stores in this type of niche is in. Now, if you look at its performance overall in the past years or so, you can see it performs quite mediocre. Some years you can see it minuses, some years it's plus. Most years it's not that high, but you'd rather take 13% than lose 0.04%, of course. So yeah, it is a quite stable stock to have in the bottom of your portfolio, just simply to stay there and just increase. Now, Walmart also does have a history of stock splitting, as you can see here, 3-to-1 split. That is also why the value of the stock, as you can see, is so low compared to Costco, which is at 900 and something. So yeah. Now, if we take a look at technicals, for the day it's a sell, for the week it's a sell, and for the month it's a SPY. Now, the reason it's a SPY for the month is because we have had this rapid decrease right after Death Cross. So as you can see, it has tanked quite a bit since. So that's why in the short term it's a sell, but in the long term it's a buy. That is just because in the long term we look at the RSI and the SMA lines, and as you can see, we have golden cross, and often with the golden cross we have a death cross right before the golden cross, which means we have very little downwards momentum and then it picks right back up. And it's the same over here. So overall, over time, it just increases quite a lot. So it is a very nice stock in that regard. And as you can see down here in the RSI, if we zoom in on that, as you can see down here, most of the time it actually performs quite nicely. In the upper channel, of course, we do have some spots down here, like recently where it has been had a bit rough. It is even down here below the 30 line in the RSI, but more often than not, it is trading, as you can see, right up here. So yeah, very, very nice technicals, a very stable stock. This isn't going to be the one in your portfolio that gets you 1000% increase, but it's not going to be the one that is going to go bankrupt either. I usually put stocks like this on the same pair as I would the S&P 500, which is an 8% increase year over year. Now, as you can see here in the analysts, it's a strong buy, and 3 hold. There is only one sell, and that's just because it is a stable stock to have in your portfolio. As you can also see here, it is just quite nice. So yeah, I wouldn't mind buying this at all. I personally do not own it, as I prefer Costco a bit over just because of the dividend alone, because their niche is almost the same, which again, it's just my personal favorite. But Walmart is a very strong stock to have in your portfolio, so not a bad pickup at all. That was my stock analysis for Walmart. If you did like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.